you just go live? Oh,
Oh, that's it. There you go. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to those joining us live. Welcome to those that will be joining us on the catch-ups at a later date. We've got a lovely evening with a very lovely lady here, Deb Clarke, who is all the way from Warwickshire to be with us tonight.
hello, everybody.
Hello, Deb. Thank you for making the journey to the lounge or wherever you are.
It was a long way. It was long. It took me ages to get here. The transport is awful.
I know. I'm having exactly the same. I really
say.
Well, we've got a little bit of freezing going on online tonight, but don't worry, I do.
You've frozen.
Oh, there you go. I'm back again.
Oh, you're back now.
Yeah, they never freeze us in a very complimentary look, do they?
It's always... they don't. Mouth open or. I've noticed that. They do it on purpose.
Yes, definitely, definitely. So, Debs, just a little bit background about yourself, please. I know you're from Warwickshire, and pretty much that's. Are you on a boat, my darling?
I am. How can you tell?
Well, one of your photos the other day you posted, and it looked absolutely lovely. But I knew the perspective was from if you weren't standing in the river, you must have been on a boat.
I'm in I'm on a narrow boat. As you can probably tell by the old-fashioned lamp behind me, look.
Oh,
the old-fashioned light there. I can't point because I'm all over the place.
It comes out the wrong side.
Yeah. Some people thought I was in a caravan. I've had notes saying, "Are you in a caravan?" No, I'm in a boat. I live on a boat. I've been living on a boat for about just over a year now in Warwickshire.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's great.
Wonderful.
Yeah, in a marina.
If you don't like your neighbours, you can just move off.
That's it. If I want to move house, I'll just take the whole lot with me. There's no packing boxes or anything like that. I'll just pack. Want a different view? Off I go. I'll sail away.
Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant.
So there you go.
A few people have joined us now. We're up to 21 at the moment. Hello, everyone. Saying hello at the side. So we have the lovely Deb Clarke here from Warwickshire, just established. She lives on a longboat. So how wonderful is that? How long have you been working as a medium, Deb? Or how long have you been aware of your mediumistic gifts?
I've been doing the platforms and the churches for about 10 years, 10, 11 years.
Yeah.
Okay. So before that, I was in a job where I was working shifts, so I couldn't do a lot. So I just used to go to open circles, or I used to go to watch at the local spiritualist churches. But I've had stuff since I was little anyway, so I grew up with it really. But it hasn't developed until I was older, until I was in the police for 30 odd years. So until I left there, till I left there really, then I started developing it properly. Or it developed me. Spirit develops you, don't they?
Yes, very true.
You go to circles, you do a bit of circle work, so just so you know what you're doing or you're trying. Yeah. And then you just let spirit develop you, don't you, as you go along. And that's what I've been doing for 10 years.
That is a lovely phrase. Because we're so often getting, how do I develop as a medium? No, spirit develop you as a medium.
Yeah, the only teachers I think are spirit. Spirit's the only one that can teach you.
Oh, very much.
We can be guided from people down here that's done it previously, I guess. But to find your own way, I think spirit just guide you in the way that they want you to work, don't they?
Indeed, yeah.
And that's how you do it.
Yeah, mediumship is very, very personal, isn't it? You can get 10 mediums on the platform, 10 totally different ways of doing things.
Right. Yeah,
because we're engaged in that personal contract, aren't we? Us and our team are unique.
That's right. Yeah.
And that reflects in our work as mediums. It reflects in our work with the trance, with the teachings, the philosophies. It's all unique because it's our perspective. It's our bent on that particular subject.
That's right. Quite right. So that's my little life story. Develop as you go along, and you keep developing, don't you? You never get there, but you just keep developing, keep developing.
I'm a big one for saying. Yeah, I'm a big one for saying that. You know, we never stop learning. From the last breath we take here to the first breath we take when we're back over there, we continue that path of learning.
That's right. Yeah. And things change. The way you work changes as well. The way I work has changed over a few years as well. So spirit change, don't they? Your helpers change, you get different guides coming in and you get a change of person, and then you totally begin to work differently, don't you? I've noticed.
Yeah.
I was really slow at first, and then I got somebody that was a bit quicker, and I was galloping along, and you can tell when somebody new comes in and works with you. So that's how it develops, isn't it? You just go in different directions all the time. You just get, I find, you know, Lawrence, you just get settled, right, in the way you're working. So you're just plodding along, and then something goes, oh, and you're off. You're off on a different way, aren't you? Somebody else comes in, and you think, what's going on? What's going on? And you're totally changed, haven't you? Yeah.
Yeah. How true. How true. Very on that theme, just a very interesting little thing that I experienced once with one of my guides, the doorkeeper. I've become very accustomed because I'm a demanding son. So I said to Spirit, right, I'm quite happy to work with you, but I want to know who you are, where you come from, and how you work with me. And I'd got that evidence, which was wonderful. But my doorkeeper, Manny, who's lovely, is much lovelier than me.
I'm sure most of them are.
Yeah. He appeared one day in front of me in, you know, the third eye. Totally different, but I knew it was him. And I went, oh, what? I'm losing this a bit. What's going on here? And he said, I've had to go back to a different incarnation to help you at this time. I thought, wow.
Yeah.
What interesting is that?
Oh, right. I see.
You know.
You see, I don't ask who my guides are. It doesn't worry me. I've never worried about it. Yeah, I just think as long as they're there, I don't mind who they are. Sometimes I have in the past knew who I've got. Because I've had a feeling or they've told me, but I'm not worried. I don't need to know. As long as they're working with me, I'm fine. So I couldn't tell you who mine was.
But I'm the opposite end of the spectrum. Unless I hit it with a hammer or paint it with creosote, I don't want to know it, you know.
I've been told, other mediums have told me who I've got, who my guides are. But I just think they change so regularly that, you know, you just get to know them and they're off.
Yeah, true.
So I just let them get on with it. Bless them.
Quite a common statement from, I run a development circle and we've got the open circle, and of course running the church, you're getting a lot of questions all the time. And one of the most commonest one is, I don't know who my guides are. And that always seems to be a big hang up to people. And I just say, it doesn't matter. Right. You know, if you're really that stuck on it, give them a name, you know, Bob or something like that. So once you start building an identity, obviously, or of that mindset that you need to visualize and associate with a person, you know, but other people like yourself, guide's guide, comes in, works with me, goes away. Absolutely fine. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. If they want to tell me who they are, they're quite welcome. Otherwise, I don't mind. I'm quite happy.
Very true. Yeah, we're always grateful, aren't we, after thank you?
Oh, yeah.
Or you have that, well, I do occasionally have the service, I come away and think, I'm not happy with that, and I've grumbled and groan at them, but after about 10 minutes, it actually turns around, it was my fault in the first place.
Do you know, I'm terrible. When I do a service or do any messages on here, even with spiritual productions, you always come away and you focus on the one you made the mess up on. You know what I mean? Or the one that you got wrong. Or even in church, even if I just get one little thing wrong, I'll focus on that. And that'll make me feel bad for the rest of the day. Never mind all the good messages you give. You always focus on the bad one, don't you? You think, and you come away, I'm forever coming away thinking, oh, I'm rubbish. I am rubbish.
I've done that, yeah. I'm not doing that again.
Oh, no, that's me. I think, I bet our spirit guides and our helpers, I mean, they must be in, I don't know, they're probably like this. Oh my God. I honestly don't know how they put up with me sometimes because I'm really awkward. Are you awkward as well?
Yes.
I'm quite demanding as well. I say to them, look,
Yeah.
you've got to give me good stuff because people want good evidence. And it's the same as me in my previous job. You look for evidence all the time. So I think that's why I'm like that. So they have to give me good evidence. Otherwise, I think, well, I ain't going to do it anymore.
Yeah.
So I bet they get sick and tired of me.
Yeah. I always say I know when it's going to be my time to go back home because all my guides will reincarnate because they'll all be going, oh God, he's coming, quick, let's get back there.
Run. That's why they keep us down here, isn't it? They don't want us up there.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
poor
so
thing. I do
true.
feel sorry for Spirit. I do feel sorry for them sometimes. Because I am
I
at work.
do. Yeah. No, but I think very not, we've not actually spoken before, but instantly there's a lovely rapport going on there. You with your previous life in the police force and needing that evidence, my job was very much concentrated on detail. It was logistics and supplies, so every aspect of that chain had to be into double checked and made sure. And I mean, I'm 99% sure that your position within the police and the job that I did in that career were all part and parcel of our development because they gave us that eye for
detail.
going in and in and in and asking.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
I often say no disrespect to any medium that's working. I often say to my guides, I don't want fey generational stuff. When people say, and again, no disrespect to anybody, when you get somebody saying, oh, your granny was here, she spent a lot of time in the kitchen. Well, they did. Because if they didn't eat.
No, that's right.
Unless that was a particular trait, if granny was in service or something, there was a particular nuance to being in the kitchen. But, and the same with the sitters. And we've got two duties, haven't we, as mediums? We've not only got to look after the sitter and make sure that anything we say doesn't cause offence, doesn't cause harm, works on that healing vibration. But bigger still is our responsibility to those giving us that information, because we are an opportunity for them to be heard.
Yeah.
We've got to do our utmost to make sure what they're saying is conveyed correctly.
That's right. It's a scary job.
Yeah. All you people watching out there saying, I want to be a medium, listen very carefully.
You have to be careful. It's very responsible, isn't it? You just have to be careful, don't you?
Extremely, yes.
And you have to trust. You have to trust.
Favourite word.
It's worth it though, because you see the look on people's faces. When you get it right, it's worth it.
Oh God, yeah.
You can't buy it. It's worth it just to see everybody get uplifted, isn't it?
Yeah. And also when we're working, we've got to vocalize what's being put upon us. And when you hear a medium saying, this for everybody out there, when you hear a medium saying they're sending all their love, we actually get that love.
Yeah.
They're not saying, oh, tell them I love you. They just put that feeling on us. And it's
lovely.
Overwhelming, isn't it?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, you've noticed though, after you've done a service or after you've done a message, how uplifted you feel yourself. You're on a high, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're like on a high for about an hour or something like that, and then you drop, and then you're back on earth, ain't you? I always go, oh crikey, I'm back.
Yeah. And then you can eat something.
Yeah. Or you can sleep. Because you're on a high, aren't you, afterwards, after you've worked with the spirit. I find you're on a real high.
Hugely. Hugely.
Yeah, and it suddenly hits you, and then you're down back here, aren't you? And you're thinking,
I was very fortunate to go away to a place up in Wales for a week of physical mediumship under who was Melanie Polly. And I came back, and for 2 days I was buzzing. I was just like, oh, this is great. But lovely. On the third day, I felt it come in. I just felt like I was being put down. Not like
Yeah.
put down. Rephrase that. Quick edit button. Laid down.
Hey? Oh dear.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
All back to earth. There we go. Third time lucky. Oh, the number of viewers has just dropped.
I bet they wonder what's going on. I bet Spirit are having a laugh. I bet they wonder what's going on as well.
Do you know what? I always say Spirit love a laugh.
Oh, they do. Well, they're just the same as us, aren't they? Everybody
Oh,
loves a good
hugely.
laugh.
Yeah, hugely so.
We need a laugh. We need a laugh at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. You must get it with your work with Spirit. Just some silly little things, not coincidences, will happen. And you just know it's them just having a giggle.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They hide things in my boat. There's a few things gone missing. A few things have gone missing in my boat, and I don't know where they are. Just little things.
Do you know what? About 4 months ago, I had that with an oven glove. I had one of my oven gloves go missing, and to this day, I have never found that darned oven. I said there must be in a port circle somewhere. Sat there with my oven glove, going, "What is this?"
Do you know what's gone missing of mine? A knife. No? Can you believe a knife? And it's a butter knife. It's a butter knife, and it's my favourite one. Can I find it? No, I cannot find it. Right? I don't know where it's gone, and various other little things have gone as well. And I keep saying to them, "Hand back my butter knife," and they haven't yet, and I don't know where it's gone. And it was my favourite one. I used to use it every day. They're very clever at what they do. Like, I've turned my mobile off the other day. I've turned it completely off, and then I walked out, and I come back in the house in the boat, and I was sitting down, and it popped straight back on again.
Yeah,
just come back on. They've got form for being able to turn on mobiles, haven't they, and turn them off.
Yes,
they've got form for that.
They love electrics.
Yeah.
I was doing a service once at a place called Kinson, not far from us. And I was in full flow on the address, and I was loving it because philosophy is my love. It's
your thing.
I love mediumship, but the philosophy side, when I get going, I absolutely adore it. Right. And I was really in flow that day. The link was really there. And I said something about, and I said, and when you tap into that power, nothing is unachievable. And as I said that, all the lights went off.
Oops. You see, that's Spirit having a laugh, isn't it?
Exactly.
That's what they want to do. They're having a laugh because they want to uplift you, especially if you're feeling a bit down in the dumps. You know, they'll do something, won't they, to uplift you, make you laugh. I love them. They're great.
It's recognising that thing with Spirit. You know, I have a little bit of a thing sometimes when people say about Spirit, they talk about Spirit as it's something totally separate to us. It's almost like a thing totally on its own. And I just say, no, Spirit is us and we are Spirit.
Well, I just say to people, they're the same as us. They're people. They're the same as us. Exactly. That's how I look at them. That's how I talk to them all the time. Just the same as I'm talking to you, I'll talk to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how I see them. I don't see them as anything else.
No, very, very true. You know, and you get people, Spirit wake me up at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I think, well, somebody woke up at 3 in the morning. Wish they would then.
This is what gets me. This is what gets me as well. Oh, I'm having a bit of a rant, aren't I? Perhaps I shouldn't really. No, Spirit. This is what gets me. Some people say, and this is for people watching as well, and they say to me, Deb, how do you switch off? Right? And I say, well, they just don't talk to you. You know what I mean? Some people say that Spirit are onto them 24 hours a day, 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
They're not. They're not, are they? I don't know how you see them. They are not onto me. Because if I was giving you a message, or if they wanted to get to you, they wouldn't wake me up at 2 a.m. and say and talk about you, would they? They'd wait until we're connected and then they'd start. They're not going to natter in your ear all 24 hours a day. What a waste of time, isn't it?
Yeah.
If your message is for somebody else. So I can't understand people that are saying they're in my ear all 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I don't understand that. Do you?
No. I don't know if you're the same. I've got my awareness of spirit, and I know now and then they will pop in, especially at this time. There's some weird stuff going on at the moment. But they're not there all the time. I mean, at the moment is probably the most undisciplined they've been with me for a very long time. Because I always have this thing, I work with spirit when I'm in circle, when I'm on the platform, or when I'm working in that spiritual vibration, no matter how that is. I have got an agreement with them. If there's something urgent they need me to pass on or to bring to mind, they physically do that up the back of my head. And I go, okay, fair enough, that's my agreement. But apart from that, no, I'm not talking to spirit all the time. I might shout at them, and they're probably saying, what did he say? Oh, I don't know, I wasn't listening,
Oh, I moan at them quite a lot. That's probably why they've got my butter knife to pay me back or something. I moan at them all. Oh, I do feel sorry for them. But I find that if they need to connect you with somebody, they tell me. And I usually get in touch with somebody and I say, look, are you up for a message? And they usually turn around and say, I've just been thinking of contacting you.
Yeah.
And it's spirit saying, can you get in touch with such and such? Can you get in touch with such and such? We need to speak to them. But not 24 hours a day.
Yeah, no. And also, I think sometimes people mistake their own mediumship, because we are all mediums, because we are all spirit.
Yeah.
We're not mediums in communication from that side, but we're certainly mediumistic in our abilities for inspiration, for art, for music or whatever, and also our psychic faculties.
Yeah.
Phone call today from somebody, and they mentioned somebody, and I said, oh no, they came to see me the other day, and well, that's funny because they've been in my mind.
Yeah.
And I is that an expression of our psychic faculty? I don't know, because we are connected.
Yeah.
I have no doubt about that. We are all connected.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about a couple of questions, my darling?
If they're easy.
What is your name?
Yeah. Where were you born? Come on, folks. I'm really simple. I am a real simple person.
Okay.
3 a.m. Oh, that question. That was for
yeah.
A lot of people have been waking up at 3 a.m., haven't they? Now, I'm no good at things like that. I don't know why.
Yeah. Kate, I'm really not sure myself. I don't know if it's just that we attach a significance to number. It's like the 11:11 thing, when you look at a clock like 60 times an hour, but you notice something because it's got a pattern or a sequence to it. I do know from my work on the railway, having a talk with me is having a talk with Ronnie Corbett. I get there in I do know with my work on the railway, we had to do a lot of work with what's called a fatigue index. And we had to go on this training course to try and understand the fatigue index. Let's not make it easy. Let's make it really, really complicated. But I do remember from there that there is a part of our sleep pattern that we slip into, because between 3 and 6 for regular hours on a regular person, that is the most crucial time to sleep, because that's when you go into one of the deeper sleep rhythms. And if you interrupt that, the knock-on effect, if you're planning a roster, is huge. If you work somebody until 2:30 in the morning, they can come to work 8 o'clock the following morning. If you work somebody to 3:05 in the morning, they can't come into work until about 3 o'clock the following afternoon. So all I know is 3 till 6, we slip into a different sleep pattern. I don't know if biologically that is, we're aware of that change and waking up, because let's face it, we're not tiring ourselves out at the moment, are we? We're all very sleeping. But yeah, a lot of people say 3 o'clock. An interesting, you know, people are saying 3 in the morning. Well, what about people in America? You know, our 3 in the morning is their 2 in the afternoon. Does that make a difference? Or is this, I think we need to ask a lot more questions, this 3 a.m. thing, and get it from different time zones.
Yeah.
Quite interesting. If it was different time zones, because with your brain changing those rhythms, maybe that is something that enables spirit present to be felt deeper, because I know there's a lot of research into that, of different brain waves. So, okay, there we go. We've answered a question with a question. We don't know. We're open to suggestions. What would be interesting, anybody who's out of a different time zone, either watching tonight or any other time, say anybody in America, I know there's a lady joins in regularly from Australia. Is that applicable in your time zone? So there you go. We'll put that one on hold.
Interesting. But that question has been asked before, because somebody asked it on Spiritual Productions. And, people were saying the same as you. They weren't sure. Nobody's quite sure.
Yeah.
But it does seem to be a common time, 3 a.m. in the morning, for some strange reason. So very strange.
I'm going to set myself. I'll go set my alarm for 2:30 and see what happens at 3 o'clock.
You could Google it and see what Google says.
Oh yeah, don't forget Google.
Probably a better answer than me if you Googled it. That's what I'll probably be doing afterwards now. Googling 3 o'clock in the morning. Sorry, we don't know everything, do we, Lawrence? We don't know everything.
No, we don't. And do you know what? I don't think we're meant to either.
No.
Kate, this person is not taking the mickey by any means. They're just joining in the levity. 3 a.m. winter or summertime. You see, Joanne, that is a very good question. You know, that time is our invention. It's not spirit's invention. You know, we're the ones ruled by the clock. So yeah. We don't know, Joanne, in answer to that. We're asking. Oh, here we go. There's an interesting comment. The lovely Colleen Parks. Doctors would tell you that's the time your body wakes up when you are under stress.
Oh, interesting.
Now, Colleen comes from a very strong medical background, so she hasn't just asked, you know, Fred off of Facebook.
No, she sounds as though she knows.
Oh, Colleen's a lovely lady. I keep saying our earth angels should be sat there going, shut up, Lawrence, but never mind.
Oh, there you go.
So there you go.
Interesting.
Where else are we? Ooh, I'll tell you what, this 3 a.m. thing started off a right old debacle here.
Has it? Good old discussion going. Well, we might get some answers when I look through on myself then later on.
There's all sorts of very good little thoughts coming forward. Is it because the cycle are in the lighter part of the cycle? Yeah, who knows? Very interesting. There was another question earlier on. Bit of a heavier question here, Debs.
Well, if I can't answer that one, I don't stand any hope, do I?
Yeah, I don't know how you feel about this one. Basically, you know, have we had any insights at all?
I haven't.
The only thing I've had insightful about... Oh, sorry, Tim. The only insight that I've had about that is it's here and now, deal with it. I'm very much for living in the now. But linked into my own spiritual beliefs, philosophies and understandings is everything happens for a reason. Yeah. Sometimes those reasons are minute, you know, totally akin to one person, and in the case of this, it's affecting the whole world. So it's opened up so many avenues for so many possibilities. You know, it's very true that when we're being pushed our hardest is when we can rise up the highest from a spiritual point of view. But obviously at the moment, that is, I don't feel now is the time to really go too in depth with that. You know, with the figures we're getting daily, we're in this at the moment. We must pay the greatest of respect to everybody who's going through and suffering at this time. So, yeah, people are looking for answers from spirit, but I always think, you know what, the journeys we're on, it's not about the destination, it's how we get there. And we are on a journey at the moment. So I think we need to look at the now and understand where we are and what we can do. So get off of that.
Well said.
Oh, there we go. Hello, interesting one. David Fulton. Does our spirit stay the same with us throughout our lives? Our spirit. Do you mean, David, do you mean our spirit guides? Or are you talking more on a personal level?
Sounds like personal, doesn't it?
It is written in personal, but sometimes
yeah.
This is a trouble with the written word, isn't it? You know,
yeah.
I get myself into no ends of trouble type things and think that's not what I say.
I know. I've done the same.
Yeah. I would take it in the vein of, do our spirit guides stay the same? Yeah, he's just responded. Yes, our guides.
Oh, right.
And do our spirit guides stay the same with us throughout our lives?
No. What do you think? Because we were on about this earlier, weren't we?
Oh, yeah.
We were talking about that change of guides.
Yeah, interesting. Yes, I don't know. Earlier, David, I recounted a story. One of my guides presented himself to me, but in a different incarnation, because what the qualities and the skills that he had at that time, I don't know what it was, welding a hammer, I should imagine, were obviously things he needed to handle me at this time. So in effect, although that the spirit was the same, the actual clothing, the actual outer manifestation, how he came across was totally different. The intent was the same. So, yeah, and also it's always a very emotive thing, isn't it, Debs, with guides and helpers and things. I'm very much of the school, you have one guide who stays with you all the way through your life. The rest of the time, you have the variety of people coming in to help you. They may be there for a very short time. They may be there for a very long time because we don't listen.
Yeah.
And they will stay there until we do listen.
Yeah.
Or they just give in.
Yeah. And then they go, and then they change. Leave it to you. We don't want her anymore.
Yeah.
Somebody
else do this. Do my head in.
Yeah. Well, I know mine, David. I know mine's changed. I can tell when my guides have changed. So I know I've had a couple of different ones. But like Lawrence says, maybe there's one that stays with you. And like you say, they bring others in to help you along your development. I reckon they change at what stage of development you're at. I do. I mean, I know I've had I can remember at least 3. And I know they've changed. I can tell they've changed because the way I work has changed. And you can just feel them, can't you? You get to know the personality. That's how I know mine have changed.
Yeah.
Totally different way of working, totally different personality. And at some point, some points of mine have changed. I've noticed because I felt like confused. My way of working is totally changed. You know what I mean? They've got so much influence over you that you think, oh my God, what's going on? I can't do it. I'm working a different way. They confuse me when they change sometimes. So I'd say they do change.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with you 100%.
But that's partly because I couldn't see one person putting up with me for years and years, to be honest.
How true.
They'd have to change for a break.
Yeah. Yeah. You can dry out after the years of alcohol use of dealing with us.
But there you go.
Oh, here we go. Oh, Jamie Williamson always comes up with stunning questions.
Oh no, he'll be too clever for me.
Yeah, he is.
You're too clever for me, Jamie. Aspects of our own higher self and reflect a previous thing. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't know how to answer that. I don't know.
My feelings on that is, you know, we again, when I said earlier about people, you know, we tend to talk about spirit like they're a third person singular, you know, they're a separate total entity to everything else around them. How do I like to think that my guides are learning from me as much as I'm learning from them.
Yeah, they probably are. Yeah.
It's maybe aspects of our own higher self. Yeah, they may well have teachings and examples that we are yet to attain to, because we're all going to work differently. We'll work in different fields and aspects. They may come from a group that have those abilities and qualities, because don't forget, we to a degree direct how our work with spirit is going. You know, when in our mediumship, I always say, I want this, I want that, I want this. Not because for me, because I want to be able to do my job properly as a medium.
That's
so
right.
Evidence. I want this, I want that. And when you get these changes coming in, it's to fulfill that need. You know, when I say I want something really pertinent, and I'll get something, you know, totally out of the blue, but spot on. And I think, great.
Yeah.
But I think with our guides and our helpers, it's a two-way street, always.
I was just going to say that. It's a team. It's teamwork, isn't it?
Very much.
Teamwork.
Yeah. So, yeah, there could well be an aspect of that, Jamie, but also, you know, I think there is a big aspect there that once we start working with spirit, I forget who said this. They said it very recently, and it resonated with me very much about a medium working. And the more they worked in spirit side, you know, spirit just don't appear for that message and then disappear. They're living a life. They're living an interaction with other spirit. They leave here after giving a message and go back to somebody and just say, yeah, I just spoke to my daughter. It was really good. That's so-and-so. It's very good. And they go, oh, are they? Oh, I'll nip in there and have a, you know, and have a look. That word gets out. And I think, you know, because they're part of our life and what our experience is, you know, they're looking and going, oh, actually, I want to be part of this. I want to learn and understand that experience because it might help me resolve something that I didn't go through or whatever. So, yeah, I think guides and helpers are on an equal par with us all. You know, we're teaching and learning.
Yeah, we're all in it together. Like I say, it's teamwork, isn't it? Teamwork.
Very much. Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
Right. So
it's Eddie here. Could our spirit guides be other carnations of outsiders? My guides feel very much like me. Oh.
Yeah, but what's your thoughts? Because I will blab for England. So
no, you can, because I find that I'm not very good at this chatting sign. It takes me a while to get into it. You carry on. I'm thinking.
Okay. Eddie, that probably was covered in the previous comments about that. You know, when you guys feel very much like you, Paul Devils. So I know, Eddie. I'm allowed to say that, I think. Well, he can't come around and shout at me, so that's one good thing. Anyway, yeah, we've got to have a similarity. I always say it's like with evidence. Spirit will use your own memories, your own understandings. That's why it's good to read, not just spiritual things. It's good to flick through magazines and get images, because all these become your toolkit, you know. I always say spirit would never impinge on me the mathematical equation to turn water into petrol, because I don't have that in my head. And if they presented it to me, we've got to understand what they're trying to give over. You know, and we can't understand it. It's a waste of energy on both sides. So yeah, the similarity, my guides, I know them. I just know them, you know, and I've had the evidence as well to support that they, you know, it's not my imagination, because that's what I asked for.
Yeah.
So yeah, very interesting. What's your thoughts, young lady?
Young lady, I keep getting called that. I'm really old as well. I feel really old at the moment. You know what? I was just thinking about that. I was thinking, you know, I think spirit also, they don't like, when I give messages, sometimes, when I'm at church, sometimes I will say to people, look, if you said to me, I want my brother to come through, right? Okay. And I would say back to you, well, if your brother doesn't want to come through, he won't come through me. You know what I mean? Because I think some people in spirit world, if they don't want to work through me, they won't work through me, will they? You see,
Yeah.
so they do.
Yeah.
I think they do select who they want to work through, because the mediums or whoever they work through have got different what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. But I think they do have a say in who they work through, and I reckon some spirit people can't work through me for some reason. You know what I mean? Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
They select the mediums they want to work through. Some of them might not like me and might not want to work through me, so they'll work through you. And some people might not like you and they might come to me to work through. You know what I mean? So I think that's what happens a lot as well. They select who they want to work through, but it's probably because they go to somebody that's probably more capable than me of getting the message over. You know what I mean? It depends what they're trying to put across, isn't it?
Very true. Very true.
I'll tell you the other thing I've noticed, Lawrence, because I was in the police, and of course I've seen a lot of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like suicides, murders. I find that a lot of spirit, if they've passed in that way, they will come through me to give the message.
Yeah.
And I feel it's
Yeah.
because of what's happened. You know what I mean? I've dealt with that kind of thing before, and I'm not going to be so shocked and stuff like that, because I can give things like that quite easily and it doesn't bother me. You know what I mean? Details like that, and it doesn't worry me. So I'm sure they pick the right medium to come through, don't they?
Yeah. No,
It's got
I
that
get.
life, you know. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Life experience or whatever.
I get that very much. It links in very strongly with what I was beforehand about, you know, I couldn't get mathematical formulas because it wouldn't
That's right.
make me. That is your field. That is in your understanding. That is part of your toolbox. So anybody with on that vibration, you know, you're going to get. Don't take this the wrong way. You want to do a job, you use the right tool.
That's right.
If you are, I've got quite a strong personality. I know some people will be shocked by that, but apparently I have. And I like the humour coming through. And that is actually quite part and parcel of my mediumship. You know, I do get some of the stronger ones through, and some of them I have to actually go, no, you back off and you wait, or you behave yourself, or I won't work with you.
Yeah.
I can handle that.
Yeah.
I know that there are other mediums out there who would find that too challenging, too difficult, but they don't get them.
Yeah, that's right.
We all, you know, there's not one person out there that can represent everybody in the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
And it's exactly the same with our mediumship. One medium that can represent every spirit.
That's right. Yeah.
Patient, because we are all different. So they're, you know, because when you get them impinging on you, it is part and parcel of your personality, and it's trying to keep the mind clear, but also aware of the things they're making us do.
Yeah.
Doing now with the hands, that is a sure sign that they're around. Because I keep getting silly things with the hands, and I became aware of that. But it's all, each spirit is as individual as they were when they were here. And Like, we can walk into a room with 100 people. We're only going to get on with 10.
Yeah.
The other 90, it's not that they're wrong. It's just, I always say we're like notes on a piano. You know, sometimes two notes together just really don't go.
Yeah.
And with spirit and communication.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Eddie.
Well, I hope we've answered that then, Joanne.
Yes, I think we put that one well and truly to bed. I can't remember now. We're actually picking up numbers. People will be phoning people up going, have you seen what's going on?
Yeah, it's like a double act.
Yeah, there's no wine involved, honestly, everybody.
Oh, no, don't need that. How do you start training for me? I've always felt I've kept it at bay, but feel I want to move forward now. Well, I'd say go to a local spiritualist church, me. Always start at the spiritualist church. That's where I started a long, long time ago. And I don't know, I think they're the safest places to go, aren't they, to start off?
Hugely, yeah.
And people know what they're doing. So I would say go there. That's my personal opinion. But that's how I started. So
No, I back that up 100%, not because I run a spiritualist church, because it's true, you know.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, just that. Sorry, I haven't got my collar on. Yeah, do you know what? If you're looking for guidance, go to your spiritualist churches. Yeah. You see so many adverts. You see so many, you know, in the papers, on the internet, blah 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 blah. If you go to a spiritualist church, spiritualist churches and centres have done the sifting out. You know, we've got to be honest here. It's after the watershed. No, it's not, but never mind. Got to be honest here. You know, we are prone, as with all professions, as with all callings, we are prone to a few wrong uns out there.
Of course.
And we've all heard the stories, so we're not up on that. But when you go through the churches and the centres, you know, they've already gone through this process. They understand. This is their field. You know, a spiritualist church's experience and profession is to employ mediums of a standard to work on their platform, to work for the highest and the best. That's their core duty.
Yeah.
I will get contradicted on that later, but never mind. That is their core duty, and that's their job. So if you wanted a plumber, you would go to a professional person to ask advice. If you want to develop your spirituality, your mediumistic skills, your healing skills, philosophy side or whatever, go to a professional. You know, all right, go to the churches, go to the centres. When we're reopened, come that day, hallelujah. But yeah, because they've already sifted out, you know, the people that they recommend, for the majority. I cannot say this for everybody, you know, because somebody will always find an exception, but never mind. For the majority of people, you will get good, sound advice. If you take it, great. If you don't take it, great. You know, but yeah, stick with the churches and the centres, because they've done the background work already for you. All right.
Yeah.
So, does that answer your question, lovely Nikki Wiltshire? Oh, Chris Shearer. Hold on, Chris. I think I've missed part of your questions here. Oh, there we go. Lovely Bill, who'll be our medium this Wednesday. Hello, Bill. Nice to see you. Yeah, just backing up that point, you know. Again, I don't want to spend too much time on this subject, but all the top names, you know, where did they all start? You know, like it or not, they didn't suddenly pop up out of nowhere. They all started, somewhere along their mediumistic path, they, you know, cut their teeth on working in churches, you know, before becoming famous. So, yeah, stick with the churches. Getting some lovely compliments about Paul Church here. Thank you, everybody.
And they're lovely. The people in the churches, you'll find they're all on the same wavelength, aren't they? So you'll have a good chat as well and meet some really nice people.
Very true. And generally get And you get a cup of tea afterwards, so it can't be that bad.
Oh, yeah. And sometimes you get cake.
Oh, well, no.
That's how I'll tell you what, that's how I have my payment. I say cake or biscuits.
Yes, definitely.
And if I do really well, I'll get 3 biscuits. If my mediumship's average, I'll just have 2. And if I'm really poor, I'll just get 1 and water. But most churches do cake and biscuits.
Yeah, very true. I used to work, I trained a lot under one of the old school mediums, lovely Margaret Clawton. God, she used to terrify me when I was younger. She was just formidable, very strong lady, but lovely lady. But she always said, whenever you finish working mediumistically, you always have a biscuit because apparently... Oh, have you...
Well, I was just going to say, that's my answer to everything. You know, I'll say to the churches, I need a biscuit. That's my excuse. I always say, I need a biscuit. I need sweet stuff. And that's my excuse.
Yeah. But actually, this may not be an excuse because Margaret said there was a study done. Margaret was a very knowledgeable lady. But she said they did a study many years ago and they tested blood of mediums before and after working. And everyone that had worked afterwards, their blood sugar levels had dropped.
One excuse, eh?
Yeah. So bring it on.
More cake.
Yeah, cake.
All you people out there that run the churches, then we need more cake and more biscuits for us mediums.
Definitely.
Good excuse, eh? I love it. Who needs dieting, eh? You've got to have it. I've got to have my cake.
Well, you know, when we go back up there, we always present ourselves in our prime. So, you know, what's the point?
Yeah. Got to enjoy yourself now, haven't you? Eat what you want.
Definitely.
Oh, you see? There you go.
Christine Marsh. Hi, I would love to know who my spirit guide is. What do you have to look for? I've always felt protected because I have a lot of problems and sorrows in the past. Yeah, I think... Oh, sorry.
We were just talking about this, weren't we?
Yeah.
Spirit guides. You know, to me, Christine, I don't know who my spirit guides are, and I don't need to know. So, you know, I just know they're there, and that's it. And to be honest, if you're getting a lot of spirit around you, it's probably spirit guides plus your relatives in spirit are trying to give you support as well. So it might not be a guide that's around you. It might be somebody from spirit world that belongs to you. So it could be one of your relatives, couldn't it?
Very much. Yeah, very much. Especially when you're protected.
Yeah. Especially because spirit always come to us when we've got a few problems. You'll always feel them around you. If you've got problems, you'll see the signs, and it is usually... I'm not saying your guides ain't there because they're bound to be, but I'm saying it's more likely to be somebody in your family that's around you a lot, trying to get your attention. So,
I know. Oh, no, that's fine. I know the lovely Christine asked a question the other night. She's saying she keeps having a plate flying off her wall. Who do you think's doing it? And I'm just like, well, ask them. Also, tell them not to do it.
Trying to get your attention, Christine.
Yes.
Trying to let you know they're around.
Yeah. And now you know, stop throwing your plates around. Unless you live in a Greek restaurant.
Just say hello. I'm sure they're just trying to let you know that they're around.
Definitely.
Yeah. You must need a lot of support. That's what it is.
Yeah. Christine's a lovely, lovely lady. Right. I found the question from Chris Shearer. Feel our guides show themselves in a way we are familiar with, so it gives us a message in itself by the way we feel with their personality that comes through in order to give us a direction in life that's maybe needed. Oh, Chris is a lovely medium, absolutely smashing guy. Very, very nice fella. Yeah, interesting, Chris. What's your thoughts, lovely Debs?
The way we feel with the personality that comes through in order to... It's like they change, don't they? It's the same as we said earlier, isn't it? They change as you go along. So if you need a stronger guide, you're going to get a stronger guide coming in, aren't you? And if you need somebody that's trying to, right at the beginning, you need somebody that's gentle with you. You're going to get a gentle guide coming in, aren't you?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
And I suppose if they think you need to be more forceful or a different way you need to work, or in my case, you have to be a bit quicker, they've brought somebody in that will go quicker with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how I see it.
Yeah,
You go
that's
for
good.
that. You go for that, Lawrence.
No, that's good. Again, I think that probably links back to what I was saying earlier about no one medium can be the medium for everybody in the UK. All our team building is unique to us. And for instance, with my guides and helpers, I said, I need definite proof, otherwise I'm not working with you. And I had that definite proof given to me through messages through other mediums, not describing them, but just giving me a breadcrumb trail to follow. And sure enough, lovely little one. I mentioned it before, Manny, my doorkeeper, is a Jewish guy. He was confirmed by a medium who is very much of a teaching where they said that guides aren't evidence. And when I said that's a guide, I went, oh no, we don't give guides, it's not evidence. I said, that's the best evidence I've had ever. However, she said something, it was about I know he is Jewish, and she said, oh, he's got something around his, like a cup or something. So I thought, oh, Google, find out what this is about. Got into the Jewish religion, and found out that the Jewish holy books are called the Torah. It's a collection of books. And the holiest of those books is the Sefer Torah. No word of a lie. At that time, I'm sat there, 2 cats, Sefer, who I named as a joke. It was C for cat, and Torah. I'm like, wow. I had no knowledge of that. I had absolutely no knowledge.
Brilliant. That's good.
But that's the way they work with me, Chris. You know, with other people, they may present themselves, you know, like the Red Indian type or whatever, because that is a sort of like picture that those people need to follow and go along with. You know, it's all individual. It's all up to us. You know, some of us are more eclectic than others. Some need more of a visual lead to get along a path or whatever. But yeah, however they appear is best for us at that time. I trust them implicitly on that. I may disagree with my guides, but I always know that at the times I've not done what they've suggested. Later on, I wish I had. Right. Anybody else asking questions? You know what? That's nearly an hour gone.
Oh no. Just shows how. Here's me thinking, I said to you, oh, I'll never be able to talk.
I've got nothing to say.
Yeah. I can only give messages, I said. I'm not a chatty person. I need cake and biscuits to maintain my second chin. Oh, bless. You've only got 2 chins.
We'll be able to see him next Wednesday.
It's a good excuse, you see, isn't it? We need it.
It is, definitely.
You've got to have cake.
Yeah. Well, what a wonderful evening. Absolutely love it. I feel like cracking open a bottle of wine and carrying on.
You can carry on. You've got something else coming up, haven't you, at 9 o'clock? Don't you have a meditation or something at 9 o'clock? Or did I read that right?
No, I think that was that in the online spiritual services page. I think they put in a wrong entry there. That's on Tuesday evening for the healers. Is the 9th.
Oh, right.
Never mind. But we can still meditate at 9 o'clock.
Oh, is it the meditation I saw then? I don't know. I don't know. I thought there was something coming up at 9. I thought, oh, he'll have me off at about 8. He'll say, no, we're finished now. We're going.
I'm in no rush, you know.
We can just sit here and chat, can't we? What talk about now?
I don't know.
How many people we got on there anyway? Can you
At the moment, we've got 44. We did have up to 60 odd, but that just happens. It fluctuates.
Yeah.
People pick up on the reruns because this will now stay on file, sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah. No more questions. Bloody brilliant. Thank you, guys. Time's gone too quick. Oh, thank you, Tim. We had a laugh, didn't we?
Definitely. You know, and to me, you know, this is part and parcel of what we're about as spiritual people. You know,
Yeah.
we're not here to be, you know, all away with the fairies or whatever. We're here to live this life and get the most out of this life that we can at times.
Yeah. Just normal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Slightly weird.
But don't you think, you know, our knowledge sort of like supports us just being that little bit off the norm, because we pick up and see things from a slightly different angle that, you know, other people just get locked into a vision and a focus of what life's all about.
Yeah.
And then we're looking at it sort of like not this life, you know, but the whole life.
Yeah.
Because this is expression of that lifetime.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which does, you know, give us that perception and that understanding. It's really, really helpful. Because I don't know about you, but I find it bigger. I find it really easier to stand outside of things now and see the bigger picture and not just get into the thread of the conversation.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah.
I like to sit back and watch me.
Yeah. I'm of the cafe society. I'll quite happily sit there with my cappuccino going, all right.
Yeah, me. Or sit in the pub and just watch everybody else, you know.
Yeah.
Watch all the domestics and stuff like that. Listen to everybody's conversation.
Oh, most definitely. Because we get that interest, don't we? You know, we pick up that interest on life and people.
Yeah.
And everybody's got their own story to tell. Everybody on here tonight, there's 42 at the moment watching, you know, there's 42 whole stories there.
Yeah.
One of the very sad duties I have with running the church is when we're taking a memorial service or a funeral service for somebody. And I'm always dismayed sometimes that when you're getting the eulogy together, you find out such amazing things about people.
Yeah.
You know, I just think, oh my goodness, never knew that. Because one of the lovely ladies who's come to church, very quiet, but lovely, lovely, gentle, sweet lady, she'd fostered over 300 kids in her time. And she
kept quiet.
Yeah, and she asked for the ones that have been in a home, being moved around. That was the one she wanted to bring into her family home to give them that experience. Wow.
Yeah. Crumbs.
But that,
I haven't done anything like that.
Don't put yourself down, darling. We've done something. We all do what we can do, and that's part and parcel of our spirituality, isn't it? Is seeing those opportunities where we can actually make a difference, and not because I want to look good, it's because we can.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be anything big and grandiose. I always was taught as a medium, if you just touch one person, you know, you've done your job.
Doing your job, yeah.
And that's the same with life as well. You know, if you can just be that one person in somebody's life that makes a difference, you're doing your job. But it's through spiritualism, it's through the spirituality that develops that awareness, you know, to not turn away from somebody who's really stuck at the moment, to not go, oh, goodness, you know, oh, I can't be bothered.
Yeah.
Think, oh, hold on, I'll give them 5 minutes. What's 5 minutes? In eternity, you know? Not a lot.
It isn't.
Yeah.
I'm laughing because I've got somebody here. I've got a dad here that wants to talk to somebody. I'm just trying to work out who he wants to talk to.
Oh, go on then.
Come on then, anybody on here? I've got a lovely dad here that wants to connect with somebody called Susan. So I don't know if Susan's on here or Susan's lost a dad and he's in spirit, but he's talking about Susan. So if anybody can acknowledge that or anybody knows that, let us know. He's connecting with I don't know what, he's very good with his hands, this dad, by the way. So I don't know whether he was in the building trade or he's connected with somebody down here that's got building trade work going on around him. But he's trying to connect with somebody. He's just telling. He's got his mum there as well. So he's with his mum in spirit as well. So got a dad here who's saying that he knows somebody down here called Susan. He's also got a granddaughter, by the way, but he's with his mum. So you've got your grandma's in spirit and your dad. Anybody linked with him? So we can carry on, or nobody owning up to him? You've been chatting about him recently. Somebody's been chatting about the dad in spirit recently as well.
Yeah, nobody yet. There is a Susan online, but she's obviously not listening. Susan Brown.
See if Susan's. Oh, I don't suppose you can. So I don't know how this stream, what's it called? StreamYard works. So I don't know whether you can tap into her or.
Yeah, I've got a list of comments coming up at the side here.
You see, I haven't got the comments, so.
Right. I did the other day, Chris Shearer was working and he was doing what you're doing now and getting a bit stuck waiting for the answer. I said to Chris, you know what, just give it. Give that information and trust me, I worked the other week because our medium suffered a very bad connection and I gave a message. Oh, there we go. We've got a...
Okay, Susan, your dad's here then. Oh, yes, he is here as well because it's made me go really cold. Okay, your dad in spirit for you then, Sue, who wants to say hello to you. Actually, you know that he's around you. He's telling me that you've been aware that he's around you anyway. All right, so you've been sending your prayers up to him as well, he's saying. And also somebody says has been looking at his photograph recently as well. In fact, he tells me that somebody, Susan, actually holds his photograph up. And I don't know if somebody kisses it because I'm putting it to my mouth as well. So somebody must kiss his photograph as well. And he's just letting you know that he's around. You've got an auntie in spirit as well. He's just said to me, your auntie's up here with me. Your auntie's up here with me. And also May in spirit wants to say hello to you as well. Your dad's come because he's talking about there's bridges that need to be built in the family. So there's little... he's calling them little upsets that are going on in the family at the moment. And he's talking about you are a mitherer, so you're a worrier. And he's talking about, you know, when people make mountains out of molehills sometimes. And he's talking about, I don't know if you're the one that does that. He just says, oh, she's a mitherer. She worries. So he's trying to relax you a little bit, I think. That's what he's doing. He wants me to give you the name Vivian as meaning something to you as well. And he's also talking about Alfred in spirit wants to say hello to you. Okay. Your dad's talking about a jacket. Oh, that's an old-fashioned one. He's talking about, you know, one of those jackets where they had like the corduroy on the arms, on the elbows. So I don't know whether he used to have one of them, but he's talking about this favourite jacket where the arms were like worn out. So I don't know if that's him or belongs to him. Okay. He just wants to say the month of April means something to you. So that's an anniversary, a birthday or a passing. And also July means something to you as well. There's a new baby coming around you, Sue. He's talking about the new baby, but I think there's also one been born since he's been passed as well, because he's talking about that. But there is a new baby coming, but he is taking it into next year with the new baby as well. Your dad's I don't know whether he means he's got lovely blue eyes. He's showing me lovely blue eyes with nice eyelashes. You know, like the boys always get these, don't they? The boys always get nice long eyelashes. So I don't know if you can take somebody that's got lovely eyelashes and lovely blue eyes as well. And he's just talking to me about that. Okay. He wants to give you a big bunch of red roses because he's talking about there's an anniversary nearby. So he's giving you this lovely, great big bunch of red roses. He also wants to give you daisies. You know, the big daisies? I don't know if you like them as well, but he wants me to give you daisies as well. He's singing that song, The Hills Are Alive with the Sound of Music. But I think he's singing it on behalf of a lady that's with him that like that kind of thing, okay, or that kind of music.
I've got a little bit frozen there. Hang on. See if lovely Deb come back. Sue Roberts, if you're listening, could you just type in the comments if this is making any sense to you or not, please, Avi? We get Deb's back. Not at the moment, bless her. She's probably not aware, and she's chatting away there, and it'll all suddenly come.
Oh, we're back. Sorry, my internet.
Hello.
Sorry,
That's all right.
Internet went. I'll just give it a kick. So, Susan,
Oh,
your dad's still here, by the way. I hope you're still there as well.
Yeah.
I don't know whether he suffered with the heart problems or something, but he's talking about heart problems. But it's as if I've been like cut open to sort my heart out. All right, so there's that somewhere. There's that sort of thing somewhere that he wants to talk about as well. He's just singing to you now. He's just singing that song. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. He's saying, okay, and he's linking you also with Australia as well. There's that link there, as if somebody's going to go there, especially around Sydney. He's telling me as well. Oh, I don't know what that is. I think he's going somewhere else now. Is it on Ontario? Ontario? Is that somewhere, Lawrence? You heard of it? Is it Canada?
Canada.
Just said to me, Canada. So there's a link there. So also with Canada. Okay, Daisy, your granddaughter. So he's letting you know that he's around her as well. Apparently, Daisy's very cheeky. Because obviously, if I read your note, he draws me to your note, and they'll directly answer sometimes what you've just said. And he's just said to me, Daisy's very cheeky. Daisy's very cheeky, and he's laughing. Did you know that she sticks her tongue out at people behind the back? I don't know if you know that.
You're checking
he's
now.
Laughing. And I don't know who tells the jokes, whether it's her or somebody else that likes to tell jokes. Because there you go. There's healing going that way. I don't feel it's very bad, whatever this worry about, but there is healing being sent there. So I know that there's healing going on there as well. Spirit will send the healing as well. But your granddaughter is just on about her, if I didn't, just repeating himself. Very cheeky and sticks her tongue out behind your back as well, just to let you know that. Anything else? Okay. It's just talking about somebody whose clothes are getting a little bit tight. But I do feel this is a male. I do feel this is a male around you. He's laughing about it. Look at him. Whose clothes are getting a bit tight. And he's just saying to me that somebody down here also will be going on a cruise. And he wants me to say, will be going on a cruise. So somebody down around you, Sue, is going to be going on a cruise. An older lady. Anything else? Margaret's up here with me, he says. Margaret wants to say hello. And he's also talking about Helen down here. So I don't know who the Helen is. When you find out who she is, she needs a bit of healing, apparently. Okay. Your dad wants to say he's around. You're obviously aware he's around. He's going to send you some signs. Watch for the robin. Okay. But it's just making me laugh because he's bringing the memory of when a bird flew into the window or something. Don't know if you remember that. A bird flying into the window. But he's talking about a robin, and then he's talking about a big crow, but I don't know whether he meant it was a crow that flew into the window, but I'll leave that with you. Watch for the signs. He's talking about Brill cream, that stuff, so I don't know if he wore it, or he used to use it, or his dad, but you'll know who it is. Watch for the signs, and he wants to say he does listen to you, and he does hear you talking. Keep talking. Jim's up there as well. Keep talking to me, he says. He blows on your face, Sue, so you should feel something on your face. He's just said to me it's more of a big wet kiss than a blow. So he's lovely. Just know that he's around you. He's there quite a lot with you. He knows exactly what's going on. Okay. There is talk of a private school or something, private schooling for somebody. There's talk about that going to come up. And he wants to give you licorice for some reason. I don't know if he likes it or you like it, but he wants to give you licorice. Apparently, he's got it stuck in my teeth. So I don't know if you remember somebody eating licorice that used to get it all stuck in the teeth and it turned their teeth black, and they used to stick the tongue out and their tongue was all black as well. So it must be a memory. But he's making me blow your kisses, Sue. So he's blowing your kisses. Watch for the signs. He don't really want to go. He's staying with me, but he'll be with you. You're not sleeping very well. He says you're tossing and turning a little bit. Too hot. He's saying too hot, too hot. Somebody's too hot in bed. Okay. Leave the window open, he's saying. So he's blowing kisses. He's just describing you as very kind, very kind. But you've got to take care of yourself as well. Good things coming up, Sue. Good things coming up, he's saying. He's sticking his finger. He's making me do this, by the way. He's making me do that to you. Good things coming up. Good things going up. So I'll leave that with you, Sue. Hope that's all right. There you go. Aren't they good?
Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Thank you very much.
There's one. We'll see what else we get. We'll see if anybody else wants a message.
Excellent.
If you've got time.
Yeah, well, I'm not poor. I'll cancel my dinner date for tonight.
Oh, I've gone and cancelled mine to be on here.
Ah, no. Well,
I'll tell you what, they were queuing, but I thought, I'll send them away. You know what I mean? I said, I just can't do it because I'm with Paul Church tonight. I just can't go with you. So I just sent them all out. I have that problem all the time, Lawrence. You don't understand.
I can imagine a beautiful young lady like you with your own.
My own boat.
As long as they're all 2 meters apart, there's absolutely no problem there.
I could only fit about 8 on here. I've only got a 40-foot boat. She's only a baby. 45-foot little boat. Little baby boat. Haven't we, Floss, eh? Oh.
Who's
Dogs
Floss?
are very good at Floss is my dog.
Hello, Floss.
She's very. I can't believe how quiet dogs are when Spirit are here. You know, they're either looking around or they're completely calm. Spirit tend to calm them down, and she's lovely. She is. She just lies there and waits until I'm finished. But they obviously can sense, can't they? If anybody out there's got animals or dogs or cats, but I bet you've got cats, haven't you?
Yeah.
I bet they can sense Spirit, can't they? They're always looking around, aren't they?
I used to find it disconcerting at first when the cat's head would suddenly come up and watch somebody walking across the room. What are you doing? Yeah. Stop that.
Scary. My dog. Yeah, she does it quite a lot.
Oh.
But now you just say hello, don't you?
Yeah, I'll just go, who's there?
Hey, there's going to be a discussion now. Dogs are so much better than cats.
Well, I said to my cat, give me a message. And do you know what she said?
Oh, here we go. Go on then.
Me? How?
Oh, dear. I bet the numbers are dropping now, aren't they?
Yeah, I've never seen minus.
Good grief. Hey, sorry. Yeah, I'm just chatting away, ain't I? Hey. Good job I'm not on the BBC, isn't it? Or something like that.
Oh, no. Goodness. We would have been censored by now.
Anybody take an Uncle Albert? I mean, I've got an Uncle Albert in spirit, but he says he's not. He's with somebody else here. So if anybody can take an Uncle Albert in spirit, let me know. He's lovely. Wants to say hello. Don't know if he used to wear one of them vests. He's showing me himself in a white vest. Flexing his muscles a little bit, he is, Uncle Albert. But wants to say hello to somebody down here. Also got his wife in spirit with him. Not telling me her name yet, but he's got his wife in spirit with him, Uncle Albert has. And there's also a lady called Anne in spirit with him as well. and a lady that passed with breast cancer as well. Oh, hang on. Uncle Albert is bringing the lady forward with the breast cancer because she's somebody's mom that is on here at the moment. So somebody should be able to connect with a mom in spirit that passed with breast cancer that wants to say hello. So if anybody can take that, let us know in a minute.
Right, we've got a couple of takers for the Uncle Albert.
Okie dokie. Uncle Albert with the vest. You know what? The trouble is I have to go back because I forget what I've said. Anne in spirit as well, and the mom here with the breast cancer that wants to talk to somebody here. So if anybody can take the mom with breast cancer, because I think Albert is just into jog people, you know. And he's my friend who passed with breast cancer. Oh, there you go. Friend, hang on a minute. Friend, are you friend? Was she like a mom to you, Joanne? Because she's very loving, you know what I mean? She's just correcting me. She's quite straight. I think I am with you, actually, because she's just said, well, I don't have to be Joanne's mom. I could be somebody else's mom, couldn't I? You know what I mean? So it could be your friend's mom. You know what I mean? So she's quite firm, you know what I mean? Quite direct. And is my friend who passed with breast cancer. Okay. So she probably wants to, who do you want to talk to? I'm getting a bit confused here. Do you want to speak to Anne then? Yeah. But she's coming across as a mom. So Anne, she must be a mom here as well. Just confirm that she is actually a mom as well to somebody else here, because she's coming across as a mom. So she may well want to speak to her relatives as well and ask you to pass the message on. Oh, right, okay. Apparently you took care of her family for her when she went. Do you understand what she's talking about? And she wants to thank you for that. And she says she's coming because there's an anniversary to do with her. Oh, that's all right then. There's an anniversary to do with her coming up, she says. So I don't know whether she means a birthday or passing, but there is an anniversary. And she's talking about the month of April means something to you as well. And she's also talking about July. Oh, she's complaining about a photograph that somebody's got of her that she don't like. She says it's not a very nice photograph. It doesn't do me justice. I don't know if you've actually got that. She's pointing to you, so I don't know if you've got the photograph of her that she's not keen on. It's something to do with she's saying my face looks crooked. My face looks crooked. So she's complaining about that photograph. She's saying, Joe, oh, she's really nice. She's just said to me that you talk about her a lot, and because you do that, it likes her actual words were. She talks about me a lot, so it keeps my spirit alive. It's as if she's still here, you know what I mean? So keep talking to her because she does hear you talking to her. She's talking about somebody called Catherine here. Do you know where the Catherine is? Catherine here that apparently needs a little bit of help. She's talking about that as well. Oh, she's lovely. She plays with your hair, Joanne. So you should feel her. You should be going like this sometimes. She plays with your hair to try and get your attention. And she's also saying that she's lovely. She makes a lovely mom because she's just talking about the people that she's left here. She's sorry that she couldn't be around on their birthday. She's talking to me about that as well. But she's playing with your hair. She comes with lovely smells. Okay. What's this? I don't know how old you are, so I don't know if you remember the old Charlie perfume, because she's bringing that around you. But she says that you must smell her because she's bringing lots of perfumes around you to try and get your attention. Okay. She's talking about changing clothes as if I don't know. I think she means you and her used to borrow clothes off each other or something like that. You know what I mean? She's talking about the swapping of clothes. She's just said that you're not very good in high heels. So I don't know if you wobble a little bit. You're not very good in high heels. Okay. Oh, she wants to give you half a lager for some reason. Half a lager and lime, she's just said to me. So I don't know who drinks that. Half a lager and lime. Lawrence wants one of them, but she's giving it to you. Half a Lawrence, I nearly said then. Half a lager and lime. Oh, okay. She's saying that there are. She's got 2 babies with her in spirit that she's looking after. Okay, she's not telling me whether they're hers or yours or both of you, but she's got 2 babies that she's saying I'm looking after them in spirit. And she's also saying that there is a twin connection in your family as well. All right. She also wants to give you this connection with Egypt. She's talking about somebody that's interested in the Egyptians and the pyramids. So I don't know if that's you or somebody around you, but she wants to give it to you. Oh, I don't know if you like boats, Joe. She's putting you on a boat. So I don't know if you'd like to be on boats, or you are on a boat, but she's putting you on a boat. Better than aeroplanes, she's saying. Apparently somebody doesn't like planes. Okay. She's coming, she's saying, because she's been spoke about recently. A lot of spirit, I find, if you talk about them, they'll come and just acknowledge that they've heard you talking about them. And that's her reason for coming. Now, she's playing with the back of my neck, so I think you'll get that with her. You'll be scratching the back of your neck. Although she is saying that somebody down here suffers with eczema, so they're a bit itchy. Apparently you need to check your eyes out. I don't know if you need an eye test. She's just saying your eyes are getting a bit like tired or a bit drained. But she just wanted to come and say hello. I think because she come across as a mom, so I don't know if you can speak to her family and say, you know what I mean, hi, your mom's come through, and she just wants to say that she's around. Oh, apparently her family has been talking about her as well, and they've been sensing that she's around. So I think she just wants to let them know that she's around. I don't know what she's doing here. She's throwing like Johnson's baby powder all over the place, and if that's symbolic, I ain't got a clue, because they usually just say to me, "There's a new baby coming." I don't know what are you talking about. I have to make it a bit clearer than that. I don't know if she's giving me a different symbolic meaning to new babies coming, but it's on her side of the family. I'm going to leave that with you because I'm not quite sure if it's a new thing for me, but she's thrown around the Johnson's baby powder here. Okay. And before she goes, she also wants to give, she's on the talcum powder theme again, but we used to be what is that? Oh, Yardley powder, you know, the like the lavender smelling one and things like that. You can get lavender powder, can't you, that smells. Do you remember that, Lawrence? You're of that era, the same as me. My nan used to have it.
I think my mother told me about it.
But she's giving you that, so somebody knows about this Yardley. Oh, Joanne, you watch for your telly going on and off, because she likes to play with things. So you might find that your telly switches over or turns off. Or your kettle boils or something. Oh, God, make sure you got water in your kettle at all times, but not too much. Because this lady's quite strong. She's lovely. She won't do anything, you know, that'll cause any harm or anything, but I'd watch for the electric going on and off and things like that. But she's sending her love. She's lovely. She's so uplifting, you know what I mean? And she had a tough time before she went as well. But she's just said, well, I'm free now. I'm free now. She's funny because she's just said, I've got everything back. So you should understand what she means. Okay, but she's free. She's lovely, really nice, really jolly character. And just saying, her words are, I've just looked forward for you, Joe, and it's all nice. So there's nice things coming up for you as well. Okay, so I'll leave you with that. She's lovely. Leave her with that. I hope that was all right for you, Joe. There you go. You see how spirit worked brilliantly.
Yeah.
Because when I started doing this online thing, I was always worried about how we're going to select people. You know what I mean? Because it's not like in a church where you can just go directly to who you get drawn to, is it?
No.
Because you can't see anybody's faces and you can't see the reactions. And if you've got it right, you've just got to trust in spirit. And I always thought, oh gosh, I'm never going to be able to do this. But they're so clever, aren't they, at getting you to the right people?
Oh, infinitely clever.
But there you go.
I said the other day, in a way, being online now is actually, I find it in some aspects more helpful. One of the things when I've been working, I've noticed, and in development circles, I've always said, when you're working in a church environment or a centre environment, and you've got people there, try not to look at them. because we take in so much information from people's body language, and again, not being disrespectful. Every church has got them. We've got the Gurners, haven't we? You know, the lady there.
Yeah.
The minute you see that as a physical being, your mind kicks in, which is the worst thing that can happen to you, but mediumistically.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a big exponent of it. You know, my agreement with spirit is I want to know where I'm going, because to me that's a big part of the evidence trail.
Yeah.
You know, disrespect, if you say to a church or a centre with 30 people in, can somebody take a George? Probably
loads of them.
Hands up, yeah.
Yeah.
Go to a person and say, I've got a George for you, and they understand that. That is part and parcel of the evidence trail.
Yeah.
I think that person.
Yeah. I think so. This, even though I find this is really difficult, because there ain't, at least if you're with somebody, you've got that build up of energy, haven't you? Because they obviously help with the build up of energy, don't they? But on this, it's I think it's really, for the people that are watching and for getting the messages, I think it's really a good way of working, because, you know, you get all these negative comments about, oh, these mediums, they just read your mind, they can read your body language, they can read your face, they can pick up on what you say. There's no way on earth that anybody that gets a message on here can say that's what we did, because we can't do it. They can't do it. You can't do it, can you? But husband's birthday today.
It is. It's a stout. We shouldn't be a stout. No, we're tapped into the Google of the universe. When we're working with spirit, there's nothing is unachievable. How there is our own route and our own energies and our own intent. So it's possible, but not for the wants, for the needs. I want a lot of things. I'm not getting them. But I do know that what I need is made available to me. And when we work as mediums, what we need to do is our job. And we are being assisted in doing that online. You know, be sure somewhere back in time, somebody was sat there and spirit went, yeah, have you ever thought about setting up something, you know, like an internet where everybody can talk to each other? And they went, oh, that sounds like a good idea. Let's try that then.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. But yeah, really good how they come through. They shocked me. Because, like I say, when I first started doing this, I thought, how am I going to do this?
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I'll give it a go, hoping, you know what I mean? But I don't know how they do it. I don't. Especially because I'm really hard to get through to as well. I'm not easy. I'm really difficult. I swear they think, oh, God, we've got Deb again. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Who's got the short straw?
Yeah. Who wants it? You can see them, that's it. I'd be like stood in a football team of loads of mediums, you know what I mean? And I'd be the last one they pick. And they'd be going, oh, no, who's got Deb?
What position you play? Left back, left back in the changing room.
Oh dear, bless them. Oh, I don't know. Look at that, husband's birthday, so that was brilliant. Oh, I'll pass the messages on then, Joe, because her husband's been sensing her around as well.
Yeah.
He must have been thinking about a new car as well. Her husband must have been thinking about a new car, because she's on about that, Joe, so let him know. Apparently you don't need one.
Well, not at the moment.
So she's absolutely, she's laughing. Oh, it's brilliant. Oh, I don't know. So what else we got then? What's the time? Unless you've got anything, if you want to say anything. Hello, Jonathan. I've got people coming through the line now. Hello, Jonathan. Stuart. Hello, Stuart. It's usually Stuart that's watching, and Jonathan as well in the background. Oh, that's all right.
That's Stuart Nason.
Yeah.
Is that him? That's no relation to Jesse Nason, is it, by any chance?
I don't know. Is it Stuart? Are you relating to Jesse? Jesse Nason? It's gone dark over here, isn't it? Can you see me all right? Can you?
Yeah.
I'm in the dark. That's probably the the worst side of my face there, so it's probably better that I'm in the dark there. I've done it on purpose. I've done it purposely to hide in the shadows.
Oh, hold on.
Oh,
Something correct, Debs. So sorry, Stuart Nason. If you're related to Jesse Nason, there used to be a medium come down from London many, many years ago and served the church from my mum and dad's time. Ah, right, not that you know of. Might be worth having a little delve into there because it's quite an unusual surname. Jesse Nason was an amazing medium. Absolutely. You know, we talk about the old school mediums.
I love the old school. I'd love to be one of the old school.
She was a medium and a half, Jessie.
That's what you need. Old school mediums.
And her and my mum just hit it off. They're both very similar characters. Both South London girls, both very strong. Yeah, Jessie Nason, she was absolutely you. And I always say to people, you know, when I'm training and in development classes, etc., and just saying, you know, you've always got to remember, you know, if you want to be out there as a medium, you're standing on the shoulders of all these people that have gone before, and you've got a big duty to them as well.
Yeah, yeah.
To do their job properly, because they just, the old school mediums were certainly a breed and a half.
Oh, God, yeah. That's what I always said. I'd want to be an old school. That's how I wanted to work, just like that.
Yeah.
Because they're all brilliant, aren't they?
Oh, gosh, yeah, they could, you know.
Yeah.
Wow, stuff. Anyway. You know what, Debs? I've thoroughly enjoyed tonight. Absolutely beautiful. I hope you have too.
Oh, I have, yeah.
Great. Hey?
Are we going now, then?
Well, I don't know. Have you got somebody else there? I'm in no rush.
I kind of have. But I don't want to keep it any longer. Right, then. Come on, then, guys. Right, who have we got, then? You see, while I'm listening to you, I'm trying to say to her, I don't really understand what's going on here. I've got a lady called Sheila, anyway, in spirit. But I don't think this happened to her, but I don't know what this is. What is going on? I'll tell you what she's doing. She's showing me kind of an operation where they're going into the groin area of somebody and doing something to do with a vein or something. But I don't know what that means. Do you know? Is there an illness or something you can have done there to do with a vein?
If you have some types of heart surgery, they will take the vein from the groin area.
Oh.
Whatever veins up there.
Okay. I think she's speaking on behalf of a gent then that had this done. She's talking of a gent that had this done. Oh, thank you, Lawrence. She's just said.
All right.
You've got that right. It is. It is to do with something to do with the heart. I ain't got a clue. All I can see is doing something with a groin. But anybody that can take that. Oh, look. Oh, no wonder she had to show me that well. I wouldn't have understood that.
Angioplasty.
Oh, right. Crikey. Okay. Well, Sheila's talking about that, and I think it's to do with somebody here that should be able to take that as being done to somebody. Somebody had that type of operation. I feel like he's in spirit now, but if anybody can take that kind of operation, let me know, and we'll try and connect with you. Sheila's going, hurry up, so somebody can take it. Hurry up, she's saying.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people debating why you take a vein out your leg, but there's nobody saying yes. Thank you very much for your remark, everybody.
I don't know what it is. It's like she's getting a vein, and I don't know if they put something up it, you know, up the vein. Do they put something up the vein to get to the heart or something?
They can do, yes.
That's what she's doing to me. She's putting it up there, and it's working its way up, and it's up here, and that's what she's doing. So if anybody can take that, please let me know, because I've never heard that before. I don't know what's going on. I know it's in the past. It's not to come, so it is in the past.
With all due respect to everybody listening tonight, could you please, if you can take that, please take it. We've got quite a number of explanations of what they might have been doing medically here, but we're trying to concentrate on the message, not for the vehicle.
Whoever this is, they've got understand spirit, Sheila in spirit, because she obviously is connected to it somehow. She's the one that's bringing the message, and she's talking about there's a gent. I'm sure this gent is in spirit here. He's waiting. So there's a gent in spirit that had that type of operation when he was here. Is that how you put a stent in? Because she's talking about he had a stent as well. I don't know if that's a different kind of operation, whether he would have had to have the two. Oh, I had that done. Jan Paul in October. Jan. Okay. You got a dad in spirit then, Jan. The gent in spirit is talking about. See, I've got this gent who's talking about this. Sheila has brought in the gent who's talking about this operation. I want to make sure I'm with the right person. Is this the right person? You got a dad in spirit. Okay, so it's not you then. No, it's not Mainie. They've already had it done, Melissa. But thanks for that. They've already had it done. That was done in October. Jan, have you got dad in spirit? He just said to me, it's like pulling teeth, this is. It's like pulling teeth.
Yeah.
It's hard work on here, isn't it? You have to wait because there is a bit of delay, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
Delay. You see, I'm on an R in, you see. If
that's all right.
The right person. No, you
that was a no for Jan.
Yeah.
But there's another potential here.
Oh, blood clot in the groin. Is your dad in spirit, Barry? Because I need it. I think he's in spirit, so I need somebody that. Do you drive a bit too quickly, Barry, sometimes? Do you drive like you're on Brands Hatch? Barry, do you drive like you're on Brands Hatch sometimes? Or somebody around you, they head towards traffic lights and to get through them, they accelerate a little bit. Sterling Moss he wants me to give you. Sterling Moss. So I don't know whether he's relating that to you or whether he likes his driving or whether you do. Do I have to? Oh. Oh, well, he knows. I think we're connected. Good sense of humour, your dad, but I think you obviously have got the sense of humour off him as well. All right. He wants me to give you the name Steve as meaning something to you, but Steve's down here. But there's something going on around Steve, and he's describing it as quite interesting. It's something to do with his career. He's in a bit of a dilemma or something. So wait for you to find Steve. But he's just mentioning him as well. Come on, what do you want to say to him? I don't know what is going out. He's saying to you, it's like you're running out of steam or something. He's describing you as running out of steam. So I don't know if you've been really busy or something and you're beginning to slow down, but I don't know what that means, whether you've been really busy. All right, but he's describing you as running out of steam anyway. Right, this dad is talking about the building of a house. So take it how you want. I don't know whether you build or somebody would like to build their own house or whether he was a builder, but he's building a house around you as well. So there's that link somewhere. And in your family, I can't remember his name now. In your family, oh, Barry, sorry, you're always on the go. Is that what it means? Barry, your family, going back, he's telling me, there's a connection with trains, like the old steam trains. So you'll find that. If you don't understand it, you will find that. Your dad's talking about January means something to you. He's telling me, he says that you feel guilty about something. He's not telling me what it is, but he says you feel guilty about something. And he wants me to say to you that you're not to feel guilty. You're not to feel guilty about it. So whatever that is, you're not to feel guilty about it. Okay. He just wants me to say to you as well, doesn't time fly? Doesn't time fly? Don't know why. But doesn't time fly, Barry? Okay, was on the trains. Okay, so your granddad's probably wanting to say hello to you as well. Anything else? Your dad's talking about oh, I thought he was going to talk about arguments because he said to me Rocky Road, and then he said Rocky Road biscuits. Are the biscuits called Rocky Roads or something? There are. Yeah. He wants me to give you Rocky Road biscuits for some reason. Oh, apparently somebody likes biscuits and somebody likes hobnobs as well, the ones that you dunk in and see how long you can last. Yeah. He's talking about them at the moment. I hope that means something to you because he's talking about that. Okay, He wants to say to you that he's very proud of you. His words are, I'll just repeat it as he's saying, I'm very proud of you and the things that you've achieved so far, but there's so much more to be done, he's saying, and so much more to be done in relation to helping other people as well. Okay, Barry eats all the biscuits. So much more to be done in helping other people as well for you, Barry. Okay, but he's very proud of you. He says, because he's talking about his belief in this, us doing this. And I said, did you believe in it? And he says, well, I was kind of half and half, he says. So your dad was kind of half and half, whether he believed in this or not. But he says that is describing you as more spiritually aware, although sometimes he says you're in denial. But he does say that he's describing you as psychic as well. You're very psychic. He's giving you the third eye. I've never had to do that to people, but he wants to give you the third eye. So you're very psychic. I don't know if you've tried. Your dad's funny. He's just said to me, give him the cards, but not the poker ones. He's saying, not the poker ones, to do readings from. So I don't know if you do that already, Barry, or you could do that. But he wants me to give you the cards. Okay. He's also talking about, and I don't know whether this is him or he's talking about your granddad, when we used to build the pyramids out of the cards, you know what I mean? They used to go like that. We used to stack the cards like that. So that's a memory he wants to give you as well. And he's also talking about somebody that used to collect the old Matchbox toys. So somebody used to collect them as well. And specifically, he wants me to give you a fire engine. So I don't know if somebody had one of them. It's the noisy one, he's saying. Somebody must have had a noisy fire engine because he's just set the sirens off on it. So he wants me to give you that as a memory as well. Okay. He's talking about you writing your thoughts down. It's as if I don't know if you're very creative or something, but it's like you have good ideas or something. You know what I mean? And he's talking about you writing them down. Oh, apparently you're very good at children's stories. So I don't know if you make them up off the spur of the moment, you know what I mean? But he's talking about you writing things down, stories. Okay. He's describing you as a little bit indecisive in your work at the moment, but he's talking about there are changes going on around you. That he says you've got a feeling there's something going on, but you can't quite put your finger on it. But he wants me to say to you that any move will be a good move. He's not explaining himself. So remember he said that any move will be a good move, he's saying. And I don't, when people sit on chairs, like the ones at bars or at tables, and they rock on the back legs, on the two back legs, just be aware. Don't do it, he's saying. So I don't know who does that. Don't rock on. I'm making me rock, look as though I'm on the chair. Don't do it, he's saying. Whoever does that, don't do it. But his main reason for coming to you, Barry, is to say how proud he is of you. You do sense spirit around you. You sense your nan around you as well. You should smell lavender when she comes around you, but you sense her as well. And he just wants to he says, I just want to send him his love. My love, he's saying. I just want to send my love and let you know that he's around you. Nice things coming up. They're lovely spirit, aren't they? They're trying to uplift us all because they can see obviously what's coming up, can't they? Although they don't tell us. Yeah. But he's saying nice things coming up. More money coming your way, Barry. More money coming your way. But it's not the lottery, I'm afraid. It's like you're working more. So you're going to get it that way. Sorry.
Oh, well, never mind, Barry.
Money coming your way. Sorry about that. But he's saying bye-bye. I'll leave that with you. Hope that's all right. There you go.
Lovely.
I think I have finished, even though I've only done a few little messages, but we'll come on again, won't we, Laurie?
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Thank you very much.
Just thinking, when we can all meet again, you're definitely down for a weekend in sunny Poole.
Ooh! Hey, I had an offer like that for, oh my God. I can't remember. I'm getting all rosy red.
Yeah,
I'm getting all my words twisted now.
As much fish and chips as you want.
Oh, crikey. Chocolate cake, though, and biscuits.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah. I'll have to come down that way.
Battered cod in
down.
Cadbury's.
It's what, sorry?
Battered cod in Cadbury's.
Oh, you see, people have battered Mars bars, don't they?
I know.
How
Yeah.
disgusting is that?
They come from way up the country, you know, where it's always very
Battered Mars bars.
They need the calories because of their inclement climate.
Oh, I don't know. But there you go then.
Absolutely wonderful. There you go. And you're saying, oh, I don't know what to say.
2 hours we've been on here.
I know. You're only getting your travelling expenses.
Oh, I've come such a long way. I've got to go all that way home now. You don't understand. The things I do for Spirit, eh?
I know.
Oh, that's it then.
Yeah, brilliant. You know, from somebody who was saying, well, I don't know, I can't talk all that much. I don't know a lot. You know, the last 2 hours have flown by.
I know.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Debs?
I think your watchers were really kind to me and didn't ask me any really awkward questions. Or when they did, I just batted them onto you.
No, they did. I just didn't put them up on the screen.
Oh. Right, then I better let you go. Well, thanks.
I am the editor, and they can't come round and shout at me. It's wonderful. I'm loving this time of year.
Brill.
No, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. You brought a lovely, much needed levity into our lives. Yeah,
we made a good team. You see,
very
nattering
good.
away.
Very good. Yes, we will definitely do this again.
Okie dokie then. I'll leave you to it then. How do you sign off now then?
Thank you very much. You take care, and good night to Doggy too.
Oh, good night, Floss. Say no night, Flossie. Do you want to say hello to everybody? She's looking at me. Go on. Out. Come and sit up here. Up here. Yeah, I'll try and get her to say hello. Hang on a minute. Come here, you big lump. Oh. Oh, which way do I go on this? There you go. That's Flossie.
Oh.
She's a star.
Oh.
There you go, Floss. Look. There you go. And that's Flossie Boots.
Oh, lovely. Oh, bless her.
I call her Flossie Boots because she's so bossy, you see. You're a star now. You've been on the media now, Floss. You're a star. She's gone to a cupboard now for a treat because she gets a treat now. Finish, you see.
Oh, fair enough.
Okay, then I'm off to get some tiramisu now.
Oh,
I'll save my way. Till later.
I'm on my way.
I saved it till later. I thought I'm having my tiramisu after this because I'll need it. See you again then. Thanks for joining us, folks.
Yeah, thank you, Debs, and thanks for watching tonight and taking part, and enjoy the evening.
Right. See you again.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Stay in. Bye.